Zain Woos here from 7 Quarters. I'm here with Imran from Evolve, and we're here to answer some questions about our upcoming collaboration, which is launching on the 2nd of August, this Saturday. So Imran, we've been working on this collab for a while now. Yeah. The first thing that I always get asked is, how did we meet and how did this collab come about?
So we met like I meet most interesting random people, and that's on Instagram. So I think somehow we started to DM, whether it was you commented on one of my cars or something like this, or I commented on your clothes. I can't remember which way it went around, but I had started noticing your clothes that you were making, and I was really interested. So I think that started by me showing mutual appreciation, obviously, for your clothes and you for the cars and what I was doing in that industry. And I started to buy some pieces from you, started to wear them in my YouTube videos. I got asked a lot about them. And it started from there because I always wanted to be involved somehow in the fashion industry. And one day I said to you as well, I hope to have my own line on something. And the collaboration came about because we thought it'd be a really cool idea to mesh both brands together somehow. And a lot of people say it's merch, but it's not merch. It's actually Zain's fashion brand, which is collaborating with Evolve to make items of clothing that reflect both brands. And I think that's what's important about this collection. It is not just my brand and your brand stuck on a item of clothing. It has inspiration from automotive, and we've meshed even the logos together. So it's not my logo and your logo. It's literally our logos combined. So you've taken our typeface and put it onto yours. Then we've taken our logo and spaced it like your one has. So it's a super interesting collaboration.
100%. I think to add to that, my goal with this collab was to always have something that stood alone. The DNA stood alone, regardless of what brand name was stated on the garments. So I think that merge, that seamless merge, is what I aspired to get from this collection. And I think when a lot of the viewers see the little Easter eggs and the meaning behind the design, I think they'll really understand how we've interlinked these brands as seamlessly as what we did. Keeping on the topic of the collection, if you could make one piece to add to this collection, what would it be and why?
It's something that we actually talked about we couldn't make happen on this collection, and that's the shirt jacket, because for me that's something like genuinely I would wear, and I have clothes like that. But I think a black shirt jacket taking the same inspiration using technical materials, for me that is what I would want to see.
I am gutted we couldn't make that shirt happen, and I feel like it's quite funny how we was pushing for these 3 items and that wasn't as much as a priority, but when we all saw the design of that, we was like, this by far has set a new level. So fingers crossed we can make something like that happen in the future maybe. Okay, do you know what? So a question that I get asked a lot, which I'd like to ask you, with 7 Quarters being a very personal, deep-rooted brand, I get asked the question a lot of what 7Q means to me, and I often ask my team, and I'm always fascinated to hear everyone else's answer. What is 7Q to you?
Oh, that's a deep one. I don't think I've actually thought about what a 7Q means to me, but for me, brands have a relationship to the people I know in them. So for me, 7 Quarters is you. It's you, what you've been through, what inspires you. So for me, 7 Quarters is about Zain. I don't know if that's what people want to hear, but for me, the brand is the brand, but for me, what's more important is the people behind the brand. So for me, it's your way of expressing yourself.
I think what I love about that answer is 7 Quarters for me has always been an expression for myself, but it has been to uplift and empower others. And we try to do that in so many ways, whether it's people coming and signing the furniture and just coming to our events and, you know, just treating it as a meetup. There's no pressure to buy, just come, soak in the environment and get to know new people. So hearing that perspective is very nice, because just as equally for me, 7Q for me is also about the community and the individuals. So it's a nice little thing. You're renowned for a crazy car collection, right? If you was to build a car for 7 Quarters, what would it be and why?
I think I'd pick a car. I think I'd pick something the same color as the M5, so dark frozen gray, maybe a new M4. And I would use inspiration from the colors that you use a lot, grays, reds, and I would accent the car with those. I would like use the same kind of trimming you've done on the hat and put that in the stitching in the leather, in the headrests, and even like emboss like the armrests with 7Q. And I would give it that whole kind of technical vibe from the outside and the inside. So I think that's what I would do. I think I'd start with a G80 M4 in a really dark color and just make it look really good.
On that note, I'll be looking forward to the future when we flip these roles. So a few other questions. What is your favorite item from the collection?
For me, that's a really easy one. It's the hoodie, because we went back and forward with that hoodie quite a bit. I love the combination of the 2 logos together. So it's 7 Quarters in the Evolve typeface, and obviously that formula is pressure. And the real cool thing about it is the bag. So that's like inspired by a mechanic's bag. It can pop off. You can put it on the front. You can put it on the back, and it's just a really cool feature you don't see on anything else. else. And the best thing about the hoodie is the little Easter egg that we've left inside the pocket. People might have seen it already, but it's basically an orange check engine light from a BMW as a little inside joke. So anyone who's into BMWs will understand. But it's just really cool to have an Easter egg on an item of clothing.
To be fair, I think I'd have to agree with you on this one. And I always strive to evoke emotion in the garments. And I think that check engine light is something I've personally suffered with probably all of my cars. So it was only right to do that, to be honest. And as you say, next time it might have to be a different light. And we've got a few in mind already. So obviously the collection's full of loads of hidden details, from the check engine light to the paneling, even the pressure calculation on the tees. What is your favorite, or what would you say is the most unique?
Right, I'm going to grab it if it's okay, but it's definitely the hat. This has so many cool features on it. So at the front, we've taken inspiration from the wreath that you get on motorsport hats. Like if you see a Pirelli hat and it has the winner's wreath on it, but the jagged lines are there inspired by a dynograph. Underneath, we have pressure to power, which is Zain's and mine writing. So it has something individual from both of us. And the hat itself has so many cool details, but the metal, well, do you want to demonstrate the magnetic clasp? I've never seen that before, and it's such a cool feature. So the hat, small item, but it's brimming with so many details, and the amount of DMs I'm getting from people saying that they want this hat, probably the most detail-rich cap I've ever seen.
Definitely. I think with the hat, I start in a fashion brand, people would always expect you to do accessories. So I've always said the moment we go into accessories, we have to set a level. And for me, like I love all the technical details. So coming from an engineering background, I really wanted to utilize how we can embed Evolve into this. And I think the clasp was perfect. Even the metal snap to, for the pull tag, I thought that was really clean. It's definitely it's one that deserves a mention, to be fair. On that note, it's wise to wrap this up. We look forward to seeing you guys this week at our Cars and Coffee meet. Can't wait to showcase the garments, and I'll let you have a final note.
Yeah, so Saturday 2nd of August from 10 to 1, very informal Cars and Coffee. Bring your cars down. If you don't have a car, still come down. The garments are going to be on show. You'll be able to buy them, and we will have some exclusive pieces that you'll only be able to buy on the launch day party. It won't be online, so don't miss out on that. And collection is super limited, so if you don't want to miss out, please make sure you come along.